Hello. Today, I want you to come in my kitchen. I'm getting some chicken prepared for Alan to put on the grill. He can make some of the most delicious chicken that I think I've ever eaten. So I'll get it ready for him. I do a little prep work with this chicken, get it ready for him to put on the grill. What I want to talk to you about today before we get started on our chicken is I'm going to show you how I do it. But also, when you're preparing chicken at home, or if you're eating it outdoors, or I'm going to go over some things that sometimes we just don't think about when we're wanting to enjoy our summer, and we're just wanting to have a good time and have fun with our families. But there are some things we need to consider when we are cooking chicken, or any meat really. But today I want to focus on chicken. So today I want to talk to you about a subject that I'm well acquainted with. I'm not an expert by any means, but I was a registered nurse for 40 years. The subject that I want to talk to you about today when you're cooking is cross-contamination. Yeah, we have to be very careful with that. No, I'm not a chef, and no, I'm not cooking on a cruise ship, and no, I'm not cooking for 400 people. But even if you're at home in your own kitchen, you really need to be aware of cross-contamination in the kitchen, which means, and I'm going to just simplify it, not that you're not smart enough to understand all of the details of it, but I want to kind of come in at the foundation and add to it. So here's the deal. If I'm going to handle chicken, and I'm going to show you how I do mine, if I'm handling chicken and I get done doing that, it's very crucial that I do a good cleanup and that I wash my hands after I've handled the chicken, that I clean up any workspace that my chicken has touched. Another important thing for our chicken today will be when Alan brings it to me and he says, the chicken's done, I've got a meat thermometer. And I'm going to take the thickest area on the chicken breast that he's going to bring in, and I'll stick my thermometer, and I'll show you this later, into the thickest area of the meat so that I can decide, Alan, that chicken is not done. We got to go back out with it. It's got to go back on the grill. I picked this up at Walmart. You can get them at any cooking store. I think this one was maybe $6 or $8, somewhere like that. I don't put it in the dishwasher. I just wash it by hand. Get one of these to make sure your chicken is not raw or undercooked, especially if somebody else is cooking it, okay? Now, there's been a huge deal or controversy about, oh my gosh, don't wash your chicken. It splatters everything everywhere, and you're just contaminating everything if you wash your chicken. Some people say, no, don't wash it. Other people say, wash it. But it's your choice. You decide if you want to wash your chicken or if you don't want to wash your chicken. If you cook it, and I'm going to tell you the temperature you'll need to cook it at, make sure that it registers on your meat thermometer. I'll tell you what it must be to be cooked. So if you cook it to the temperature that's required for your safety and not harming anybody, you probably don't have to wash it. And what I do when I'm going to cook my pack of chicken is I get cold water in a bowl. I take a cup of salt. And I do this, guys, because this is what my mama did. Don't we do things because our mama did it? But this is how my mother cooked some of the best chicken I think I've ever eaten. Maybe Granny Ann's was close. I take 1/2 a cup of salt. I put it in a bowl that I use for this purpose. Now I come over here, I fill it up almost to the top, depending on how much chicken. With very cold cold water. Let me turn you over here. I'm just going to fill it up with cold water. Now, I'm going to put some gloves on. You know, people, I have worn gloves before because I don't like to handle chicken myself. I'm very careful with it. I've washed my hands before I started. I have a package of chicken here that we picked up today while we were out. Chicken breast with ribs. This is what Alan's going to cook on the grill, and I'll take this chicken and make, you know, 2 or 3 recipes out of it. But he's going to cook it on the grill for me today. Now, I set my chicken on this plastic wrapper. I have my gloves. My hands have been washed. I open this. I don't put it under any running water. I take my breast out. Man, these are some big breasts. I put them in my salt water. You see the blood on the little tail? I kind of inspect them. I look them over. I put them in salt. Now, while I've got them in the salt, I kind of stir them around. Make sure that salt gets incorporated and stirred up with those chicken breasts. Just stir it. Don't splash. I come back. I take this. I pull it kind of over here. I put this in here. I'll tie this up. I don't touch anything because my hands are still contaminated. I use my foot to open my trash door, and I put it in my trash. Now, what I want to do now is just stir it around one more time. All right. Now, I will be taking my gloves off, and I do this way. I go up under so that I don't touch the glove. Go up and then get on the inside of the glove so that you don't touch anything when you're taking your gloves off. The next thing I'll do is I'll go in this other direction over here to my other sink. I'll wash my hands. Now, am I going to make you watch me wash my hands? No, I'm not going to make you do that. But I would wash my hands for anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds. We'll leave that down in this salty brine water. You can see him down in there for 15 to 20 minutes. Now, if something happens and you have to go take care of something and you have to leave the kitchen, don't worry about it. They're not going to hurt it. Not going to hurt it at all. All right, let me turn you back up here where we can finish talking about this cross-contamination. I do the salt and I do the bath like that in the salt because my mother always did it. She taught me how to do it. So she said, you know, that helps to get any bacteria out of the chicken. My mother was not a scientist. She did not create the atom, but she did say, soak it in salt. It takes the bacteria out of it and it draws the blood out. So that was what Mama said. Now, I want to talk to you about fruit and vegetables. When you get those from the store, what do you do with them? And do you just see these apples sitting on your table and you think, oh wow, I'm going to grab me one of those apples, and nothing better than a green apple with a lot of salt on it. Do you just grab it up and eat it? The best way to clean your vegetables is to take them and put them under cold running water and just wash them. Get some friction. Rub them with your hands and get friction. Take a paper towel and dry it off. Peeling it, washing it, and then peeling it really makes double sure that you don't get any bacteria. It can't be 100% that you're not going to get anything. It's not that scientific. But it's just a chance we take when we eat fruit and vegetables. Now let's talk about root vegetables. When I bring in root vegetables, let's say little green onions, you pull them up out of the ground and they've got those sprouts, those roots, and they're dirty. Cut that off. Just go ahead and get that in your sink and cut that off. You don't know, you know what kind of fertilizer you use, but you still don't know what kind of bacteria has come along in the rain and the moisture and the dew. So just get that off. Get it outside if you don't want to bring it in. Cut it off outside and get that off. Your anything with a root on it. Sometimes we grow potatoes. We have grown potatoes here, and around the eye, we're not growing them this year, but the eyes of the potatoes are full of dirt. So you want to get your brush. Get you a little brush, and I use a Scrub Daddy. That's what I love. I tell you what, Scrub Daddy, they should really sponsor me, because I've been using a Scrub Daddy every day for, I know, 10 years. And people say, Phyllis, what do you want for Christmas? And I'll say, I want some pink Scrub Daddies. I love them. So get your Scrub Daddies and clean your vegetables and your fruits. How do you wash blueberries? I can't hold them and wash every one of those. Wash them under cold water. And let's say your turnip greens. Put them, get you a bowl or a pan. I don't suggest using your sink, and I'll tell you why. Don't use your sink as a container, because your sink, if we did a culture of my sink today and my floor, my sink would be dirtier than my floor. It would grow a lot more bacteria than my floor would. So don't use your sink. Use a bowl, a big pan, whatever you've got, and put your turnip greens in there. Fill it up with water and put you some baking soda in there. Now, you can use vinegar too. I use baking soda in my water. I use about a tablespoon of that in there, depending on how many greens I've got. And let that soak. That baking soda will get a lot of bacteria, and so will the vinegar. 1 teaspoon of baking soda is about what I use, like in a bowl like that, or just add another teaspoon if you have a larger bowl or a larger amount. I usually do 1 teaspoon to 2 cups of water for fruit or vegetables to kind of, after. Now this is after I ran it through cold water. I'll soak it in the baking soda. One other thing I want to talk to you about quickly before I go is cutting boards. Now, you cut on these, you have everything on here. What I do is I put my cutting board, it's wood, I put it in the sink, hot soapy water, scrub it with a brush, take salt, sprinkle salt. I take my salt, I sprinkle it over it. Then I come along behind the salt, on top of the salt. Here's my salt, I've got it backwards. I do my salt, then I do my baking soda, and I scrub that off. And then if I have a lemon, I'll cut a lemon in half, and I'll pour vinegar over the board, and I'll rub that with the lemon. And I'll just let that lay there for about 5 minutes. Rinse it off in cold soapy water. Again, more cold water, and I'll let it air dry. Now, some people dry their boards, and a lot of people when they wash their dishes, they dry them. I do want to tell you that when you dry something, you could be putting something else on there. Just let it air dry. Don't go, to drying. A lot of times I do not dry my dishes. I let them air dry. I don't dry them in the dishwasher because it costs too much electricity. I just open the door and let my dishes air dry a little. Open the door. Now, if you've got any comments, any questions about anything that I've talked about today, I know this was kind of fast, but I just wanted you to see, I just wanted to give you the information. Now, the rest of the video is just going to be me taking the chicken out, how I'm going to clean my sink. And if you don't want to watch me clean up after I've handled this chicken, guys, just, go on to the end of the video and you can see me eating this delicious chicken when Alan gets it done. He could sell this chicken. It's so good. He makes the best chicken I've ever tasted anywhere. And so thank y'all for coming today. And I'm going to tell you, the ones who are not going to continue to watch me clean up after my chicken episode here, I want to tell you bye and thank you for coming in today, visiting with me, and spending time at my house and my kitchen. And I think the world of you and everybody that's subscribed. Thank you. I've been doing this for 1 year. It's so dear to me to be able to be with you guys and talk with you. So if you're going to leave the channel now, just go ahead. And you guys that are going to hang in, I'm not going to keep you on here while my chicken is soaking, but I will bring you back when I get ready to clean up. Okay, guys, here I am. I'm back. And I've got my gloves on, as you can see. I hope you can see the chicken down below. I'm going to swirl it around. I will take my stopper out and my drain out. I'm going to swirl this chicken around. I'm going to lay it up here on the board. It's going out to the pan. It's a cookie sheet with some foil on it. My little bowl has a spout. I will pick the spout up. Now we'll turn it where it will go down my disposal. Okay, I'll take this glove off and I'll touch my handle and I'll fill this up with water. And I'm going to feel down here to see if there's any salt, and there's not. This hand is clean. Cold water. I'll put my chicken back in and rinse it off. Clean hand, dirty hand. So now, I'm just rinsing this off. I'm getting this prepared for Alan to take out and grill it. He doesn't barbecue it, he just grills it. Now, this goes down the sink. Clean hand, bleach, cold water, clean hand, Dawn liquid in the bowl with the bleach. Now dry off my chicken. Let's see if you can see me. I'll dry off my chicken over here with my dirty hand. I'll dry off, and I'll make sure there's no spillage or any water so that Alan doesn't get contaminated with any of this chicken juice. And I still do have a clean hand that I'm using. This is all bleach and soap. This is clean. This hand is clean. This hand is dirty. I know it's complicated, but guys, you know, you just never can be safe enough around this chicken. And you don't really want to cook your chicken wet anyway. It does a little bit, or if it's not wet. So let's kind of get it dry just a little bit. Now, I've got him ready to go with this. I'm going to put that in the bleach. And I believe he's ready right here to go. And I'm going to show you how I clean my sink. I'm going to move this with my clean hand. He's probably going to come in from mowing and pick that up. I'm going to go up under here and take this other dirty glove off and get another two clean gloves and put it on and clean my sink. Okay, I've washed my hands and I'm putting some clean gloves. I've dried my hands and I'm putting some clean gloves on. And now what I'm going to do is clean my sink. I put my stopper in and I'll fill this up with bleach and water. This is bleach and Dawn right here. I'm going to get my stopper. And I will put bleach and warm water and Dawn. I just clean the sink and clean the bowl, and I just keep doing this process till I feel like that there's not anything that's going to be harmful or hurtful to anyone. Now I know this bowl is clean by now just because of the bleach alone. And my gloves. So they're good. These were clean to start with, but they are really getting clean now. Warm water. I'll leave some water in there in this bowl to kind of draw out the bleach while I clean my sink out. And I'll just start taking this cloth that I'm using, and I'll just start cleaning the sink. And that's basically how I do when I have my chicken. This is bleach and Dawn. And so that's it, guys. Now I'll bring you back when I get the chicken, when Alan gets the chicken done and he gets it cooked. and I'll show you how delicious that chicken is going to be. Y'all just won't believe. He seasons it only with one thing. Tony Ketchery, I think is what he uses. And he just sprinkles that all over it, but he just smokes it, is what he does. He smokes it on the grill, and it's just delicious, and I can't wait to have it. I'm also cooking purple whole peas to go with the chicken tonight. Wish y'all were here to have supper with us. I'll see you in a minute when we get the chicken done. We had a terrible rainstorm, and this is Alan's chicken. Doesn't it look amazing? Just had to put it in the oven a few minutes because of the rain shower. Cooled off the grill. Doesn't that look good? Now, let me turn the camera up here. We're going to take a bite of it. We're going to see how it tastes, guys. Let's see how it is. Let me get my plate and a fork, and let's taste of it. Doesn't that look so good? Gosh, it looks so, oof. It looks so delicious. All right. It looks so tender. It smells so good. Wow. All right, let's see what it tastes like. Ooh, it's hot. Oh my goodness. It's crunchy on the outside. It's tender on the inside. And the flavor. It's worth every minute of cooking this chicken. Guys, get you some chicken. Get it on your grill. And thank y'all for joining me today on our cross-contamination. And just remember to be very careful when you're cooking. Don't cross-contaminate. If you've liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. When I look at my dashboard on my channel, it shows me that only 40% of you guys that follow me and watch me, only 40% of you have subscribed. So it's free. There's nothing free. So please subscribe to my channel, Hazelwood Homestead, Phyllis Hazelwood. And I want y'all to make some chicken. It's delicious. Bye. See you in the next video.